Hey, what's going on there, guys? Earthmaster here. Just real quick, it is January 13th, 2018, 10:49 a.m. And I was looking on the news here, and it looks like a ballistic missile threat emergency alert was sent out to the state of Hawaii by mistake. And that mistake was made by the Department of Defense. Now, everyone knows a government agency like that should not be easily tricked or easily hacked, so to speak. So I don't know if this is a hack or if this was someone within the Department of Defense, playing a joke as like maybe the last day of employment at that facility or not. So I'm not for sure what's going on, but it just seems a little strange that an important defense system like this would accidentally or uh, accidentally send out a text notification to the residents of Hawaii like that. It just doesn't seem like it would be, an easy mistake, so to speak. So, anyway, this right here is just a screenshot off of someone's phone in the state of Hawaii near Honolulu. It says emergency alert came over their phone. Anyone that's got a smartphone knows how those alerts pop up on their phone, during a tornado warning or any other type of severe warning. These threats pop up on people's phones and gives them this notification. Well, in this case, it was a ballistic missile threat inbound to Hawaii, telling them to seek immediate shelter. This is not a drill. Now, if you go and check out some other articles up there on Google, you can see it's spreading like wildfire right now. All the news sites and whatnot picking up on it. So definitely a real event occurring, but the missile threat apparently not a real threat. So kind of strange. I mean, I think this whole thing is kind of weird as to how a mistake got sent out like that. Either way, wow, what a day to start off the morning in Hawaii, right? I don't know. I would probably be freaking out just a tad bit if I got that over my cell phone. Nonetheless, let's move on to, well, earthquakes. Speaking of earthquakes, Mount St. Helens, Washington. Got a nice little earthquake occurring right there, really close to the station. Flatlined the data coming in there, so it's definitely rather close. And, well, not strong, but looks like a light to moderate earthquake possible there in Mount St. Helens region. Of course, it might take the USGS a little bit of time to pick up on that data or pick up on that earthquake preliminary data that's coming in there. So we'll check it out here shortly, and if we need to, we'll do an update video on that earthquake there at Mount St. Helens. The rest of the globe, pretty quiet. A small little earthquake there near Hollister in near the San Andreas Fault Zone system. And a little small earthquake down in Mammoth Lakes, California as well. Down near San Diego, they had a three-pointer last night. You can see it down there on this fault system down here. I'm not for sure exactly which fault system that is. There's definitely a complex and spider web of fault systems down there in Southern California. But this was a 3.5 near Octillo Wells, California. I'm sure those few select people that are very observant of any kind of movement felt it, but most people probably not going to feel this small of an earthquake. Looks like a few people there around the region, Thermal, Borrego Springs, Imperial, places like that felt it. But just some light shaking down there from that 3.5. Other than that, rest of the state looks pretty quiet. Little recent earthquake up here in Northern California. Looks like up near Alder Springs, 2.3, nothing of concern. Checking the real-time tremor data along the Cascadia subduction zone. Still shows some activity. We'll take it back 24 hours and get a little bit better view. It is winding down a tad bit far as the intensity of the slow slip event, but nonetheless it's still there, reaching from Northern California through parts of Oregon and up towards Portland and southern Washington region. And ultimately, scientists are saying the recent earthquake activity at Mount St. Helens, and you've seen that data, earthquake coming into the data on St. Helens data. Scientists are saying that's basically tectonic stress that's causing the quakes near that volcano. So it's definitely not magma or any type of volcanic movement that is occurring at Mount St. Helens in southern Washington. But nonetheless, it's good to keep an keep an eye out on it for sure. The rest of the globe looks pretty quiet out there. Did have a little, well, moderate-sized earthquake up there near Sitkin Island in Alaska, 5.2. Other than that, pretty everything looks pretty quiet, guys. Like I say, just I thought it was kind of weird that an official, serious company or facility like the Department of Defense would send out an alert like that by accident. So we'll see what becomes of this. But as of right now, no missile threat to Hawaii, and I'm sure it's going to be a beautiful day over there. All right, guys, take care.